We are rapidly approaching multiple critical deadlines between now and the end of the year that could potentially impact tens of millions of people if we don't get extensions from Congress or additional legislation to help out these groups of people. So please, if you can, watch this video all the way through, as I'm going to be going through these deadlines in chronological order and going through them. And like I just said, if we don't get extensions on these from Congress, it's potentially going to impact tens of millions of people. This could be a really sad and unfortunate situation in the coming months. So let's get right into it and talk about this. But hey, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for checking me out. I really do appreciate it. As I always say in my videos, I'm back every single day, at least once, sometimes twice, looking out for all of the people here on YouTube in the following groups: Social Security recipients, low income, SSI, VA, RRB, no income, disabled. If you fall into any of those categories, or anybody, literally, these videos pertain to you. I like to look out for those groups of people because I'm included in them. I'm in the disability group because I'm actually blind. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Let's get into the content. This is really important stuff, and I hope this helps you out. And let's just hope Congress gets their act together between now and the end of the year to help people out. So I'm recording this video in early November. Actually, it's about a week into November. So all of these deadlines are between now and the end of the year. Like I said, I'm going to go through this in chronological order. So let's get right into it. Hang with me. You've probably heard some of these before, but let's get right into it. So first deadline, November 21st. This is in 2 weeks from now. This is if you have not received your stimulus check, the first stimulus check, the $1,200 for yourself, your spouse, or the $500 for your dependent children. It's up to 3 dependent children. That $500, if you have not received that yet, please immediately go to the IRS website and fill out the non-filer tool if you're someone who typically does not file a tax return. Again, irs.gov, right there on the homepage, you should see something about non-filers, insert info here. I don't know, it has a really goofy name. But anyway, it should be right there. Fill that tool out. I have not tried filling it out myself. However, from all the research I've done, it looks like you need to fill that out from a computer, not a mobile device. So if you have a family member, a friend, a neighbor, somebody that can help you out with a desktop, a laptop, some type of computer versus your mobile device, that would be beneficial. So again, November 21st, if you have not received your stimulus check, you got 2 weeks to do it. Otherwise, if you don't do it, you have to wait until 2021 in order to get that stimulus check. So I hope that helps you out. Next deadline, December 11th. Okay, remember back at the end of September, we had the potential government shutdown looming if they did not approve additional spending, like the government budget, if they didn't extend it. Well, as we know, the very last minute, literally on October 1st, the morning of October 1st, President Trump signed the extension of the spending bill. So what they did is, all they did was they just said, yep, let's just extend the spending bill exactly as we have it at the same rate all the way out to December 11th. Well, guess what? That's in about a month from now. If they don't extend the government funding or the government budget on December 11th, we could potentially go into a government shutdown. Imagine what that would do right now. Imagine a government shutdown among all of this other chaos right now. That would literally be the icing on the cake of this whole event right now. So the reason I wanted to mention that is because there's potential speculation that they could potentially add the next stimulus package into that government funding bill, the government spending bill there on December 11th. Hopefully they get something done before then, but just letting you know that there's potential speculation that it could be added in on that date. So December 11th, that's a big one. Here's the biggest one though. December 31st, the last day of the year. That's like the absolute cliff. We have tons of things dropping off that day before January 1st, 2021. So there's many more things that are dropping off that day, but I narrowed it down to just a handful that I think are going to impact the majority of the people that watch my videos. Of course, I could talk about all kinds of other stuff too, but it's not going to pertain to anybody here. So I narrowed it down to 4 different items here that are actually going to impact many of you here on the channel. So let's get right into it. Again, December 31st. This is a big one, the last day of the year. Number 1, the rental eviction ban. Remember that one? Back on September 1st. there was a rental eviction ban. In other words, if you were not paying your rent simply because you couldn't afford it due to job loss or income going to medical expenses or just lack of income, things like this, if you couldn't pay your rent for those reasons, there was this rental eviction ban that went into effect on September 1st. They could not evict you for those reasons. So that actually expires December 31st. I've said this in a few of my other videos. Could you imagine how bad that would be? Literally millions upon millions of people potentially being evicted on January 1st, or let's just call it anywhere in January, the darkest, coldest month here in the United States. That would be really sad and really unfortunate. So hopefully, at the very least, hopefully they extend that eviction ban out, at least into the spring or something, or figure something out. But either way, that one's coming due, and we'll be watching very closely if they extend that one out. Now, just remember, if you were not paying your rent for other reasons, like if you breached your lease for other reasons other than the fact you simply couldn't pay, you can still be evicted for that, so just be careful on that one. Of course, I'm not saying anybody's doing that, but I'm just saying if there's a breach of lease for other reasons, you can still be evicted for that. This is simply for the reasons like if you cannot pay because you just can't afford it because, you're spending money on other things right now like medical expenses, or your income has slowed or dried up. Anyway, so that's December 31st. All right, next one. Free meals for kids. This is another one that was extended out. It was supposed to expire back in September, but it was extended out through the end of the year. Those free meals for kids under the age 18. There's 87,000 locations throughout the United States where you can get free meals for kids. If you're not taking advantage of this, hop on it and take advantage of this between now and the end of the year. You got about 7 weeks, I'm going to call it, between now and the end of the year where you can take advantage of this and get free meals for kids. Other than that, it drops off the end of the year and it is done unless they extend it once again. So please be aware of that. If you want to look into that, simply just do an internet search like free meals for kids, and you should find some locations in your area. Like I said, 87,000 locations throughout the United States. They should be near you. Regardless of where you're located, there should be a location near you somewhere. Next one, student loan payment relief. Remember, this is part of the executive order signed by President Trump back on August 8th. He signed 4 executive orders that day. This is one of them. So if you're a student and you have student loans, you should probably look into this, but that expires December 31st. Student loan payment relief. That's expiring. Another one. All right, here's the last one. Self-employed unemployment benefits. If you're someone who's self-employed, you're a contractor, you're self-employed, you're a gig employee, whatever you want to identify as, either way, you're self-employed. Your unemployment benefits as a self-employed person end the end of December 31st. Once again, so if we don't get an extension on that, or if we don't get additional stimulus or relief for these people, again, another massive group of people, over 10 million people in this group, could potentially be losing their benefits immediately on January 1st. Could you imagine, once again, what would that look like going forward with another 10 million plus people, all of a sudden their benefits, whack, gone. That's it. One day, they're just done. That's it. So please be aware of all of these deadlines. Please do what you can now, between now and the end of the year, to prepare just in case we don't get additional relief. As we know, there's a lot of chaos going on right now with everything. So just please be prepared. Please be vigilant of these deadlines and do what you can now with the time that we have to prepare yourself just in case the government doesn't come and help us out like they haven't done over the last 5 or 6 months. So I hope this video helps you out. If you're still watching, please be sure to share this video with any of your friends, your family members, your neighbors, your acquaintances, anybody that could benefit from this information. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe. Thanks, everybody, and I will catch you.